This is Kevin Mayo, and today we're going to drink some Pretty Things Beer and Ale Project Barbapapa. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's as good a guess as any. It's their take on a Russian Imperial Stout. It's like 12% ABV, so we ought to have a lot of fun in it. Today is the day after Christmas. I didn't have to work today. I'm not going anywhere. So it's a good day to drink a high ABV beer. We've talked about Pretty Things before. They make a lot of very traditional style beers. That's their thing. They actually don't have their own location. They do some contract brewing, and they make some real kick-ass beers, but they're not the traditional, oh, let's go do another double IPA like everybody else. They really do their own things. They do have a little discussion in here about a style of beer they do. They do a fall ale where they double malt it. It's they're the only person I've ever heard it do it, and I think they use that style for this too, so it makes it a really rich beer. So let's give it a crack, see what we got. As always, if you like the reviews, please subscribe. We're always looking for new friends. And go ahead and leave comments, because we love to talk about beer. And this is a... I know I started to say, when I bought this a couple of weeks ago, the guy stocking the shelves is a real beer geek like me, and he highly recommended this. He goes, you got to try this, you got to try this. So that's why we bought it, because I had never heard of it before. And so I would say it's a very traditional stout, or Russian Imperial Stout, just pitch black, cannot see a thing through it. And we got a dark brown head on it, nice tight bubbles. And surprisingly enough, for 12% ABV, we're not really getting too much alcohol lacing. But exactly what you'd expect. You know, you cannot see, I hold it right up to the light, and I can't see a thing through it. So, let's do aroma. And really rich chocolate undertone. Some black coffee. Again, milk chocolate. Maybe a hint of raisin. Just smells wonderful. Like just deep, dark, rich colors. Which, I don't know, colors don't smell, but let's do a taste. Oh, wow. I mean, you do get some of the alcohol, but it's not objectionable. I mean, I taste it, but it's not objectionable. And you just get, oh, God. I mean, you get hot chocolate, sweet chocolate, malt chocolate, a little bit of black coffee. Oh. Oh, yeah, you get the raisin, plum. And unlike some of these, I do get a bitter at the end. A lot of times on an Imperial Stout, you get a lot of those flavors. I get my black coffee, I get the dark chocolate. But you don't get the bitter at the end. And I get two bitters of this. I get like the hop bitterness at the back of the throat. And I also get it like if you ever drink black coffee, especially if you drink like a black dark roasted coffee, so like a Starbucks coffee, I get that kind of bitter too. So there's actually two bitters in this. My buddy at the beer store, or if you're from Massachusetts, my buddy at the Packy, dead on. This, I doubt most of you guys can find this, but if you can, you got to try this. This is right up there, maybe the best Imperial Stout I've ever had. I usually go back to Old Rasputin as the best Imperial I've ever had. And it's been a couple years since I've drank it, so it's probably time for me to try it again. But that's always been my reference point. And this is really right up there with that. And we are getting some alcohol lacing now. But I've been sitting here raving. Just to recap, you get a dark, rich chocolate. You get like hot chocolate with a little bit of sweetness. You get some black coffee with the bitterness at the end. You got a little plum raisin in there. And you get some finishing at the end. It does finish dry, which is not what you'd expect from this normally. Again, Raven. I got to come up with a score. With an A+ beer, we're going to give this a 96 out of 100. So, great job, Pretty Things. Proud of yourselves. You hit a world-class beer here. It can stack up to anybody's Russian Imperial. Till next time, keep drinking.